Most new agents fail because, honestly, they're following the wrong advice. What if the real secret to success is forgetting everything you've ever been told and focusing on just one thing that actually works? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Linnea Carter, and I work with high achievers who are tired of cookie cutter strategies and want to build businesses that actually create freedom and fulfillment. If that's you, welcome. Make sure to subscribe to stay in front of all the upcoming content. In this conversation, I am joined by Shawnna Summers. She is a top producing real estate agent in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's a mentor and she is a professional problem solver. Shawnna has helped new agents close 3 transactions in just 45 days by teaching them how to build confidence, master the basics, and connect with people in a real way.
I've got a lot of first-time buyers in the last couple of years that have literally bought a house with $500. So the first thing I do is I just tell them to forget everything that anyone has ever told you. It's all a lie. All a lie. It is not what you think it's going to be. But I would make candy bags and put my cards in them, handed them out to trick-or-treaters. And I was doing anything I could. Not knowing the contract. I have an agent that has been an agent for a long time, but they just don't remember. There's big things in every single contract. And I was like, go back to her, send her another contract, just give it like $5,000 lower. And he ended up getting that contract $5,000 lower. I want to be an example for everything. I have to stay positive and I have to keep going and I have to keep pushing because they see it. They see everything. And they are in the car with me. They've grown up in the backseat, real estating around, you know. I want to get their phone number so I have it forever.
So let's dive in. Shawnna, I love that you are on my podcast. How cool.
I'm so excited.
How cool. So for those people who don't know who you are, who are you?
So I am Shawnna. I am an agent, Shawnna Summers, an agent in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Beautiful Tulsa, heat index of 105 today. I've been an agent for about a decade. I have a ton of children and a chihuahua, and that is me in a nutshell.
Children and a chihuahua.
Children and a chihuahua.
So you're busy.
Yeah.
How many is a ton of children?
Well, I only have 3 at home now. So yeah. So we're down.
Cool.
We were at 5. Now we're down to 3.
Cool. So what are your favorite things about the real estate industry?
The flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted something where I could still be at home, you know, be mom first with my children and not miss anything. Because that's what I was tired of when in my previous life is I wasn't there. My oldest daughter, I missed parties and games and all of those things because I was always at work. So I wanted flexibility, but I still wanted income and I wanted to still be able to help people. And so real estate just really got all of those things. All of my dreams came true.
I love it. Love it. One of the things I think is really cool about you is like, I know of at least 3 or 4 agents who have been new in the business, like brand new, and they come and they mentor with you. And I don't know, you must have like a magic touch or something because like next I know I'm getting a text message. Look who closed 3 transactions in their first 45 days. So like sure, there's probably a lot of new real estate agents who are going to watch this video. So I would love to know, or I guess they would probably love to know, what are you doing? Or what are you saying? How are you helping them get to that like, let me close 3 houses in 45 days sort of thing?
Yeah. So it's a fine line. So the first thing I do is I just tell them to forget everything that anyone has ever told you because it's all a lie. Like this is how it really is.
It's all a lie. I love it. It's the best advice ever. It's all a lie.
All a lie. It is not what you think it's going to be, right? It's, I remember the first time my mentor, you know, and he was like a week into the contract. He was like, this is so stressful and like freaking out, you know, and it was dealing with a family member. I'm like, just wait till you have like someone else. But basically just telling them, you know, you don't have anything and there's nothing to work in that CRM. There's nothing that you can drum up from old clients. So you have to go make clients. So if you're in a grocery store, talk to people, you know, if wherever you are, talk to people, just say hi. And tell everyone you know. Don't just like make a post on social media. But what the mentor that I had made me do is we sat there and we called everyone in my phone book. And I called everyone and it was so stressful and embarrassing and I was uncomfortable, you know, but I called everyone that I had and just letting you know I'm starting a career in real estate And it's so cliche, but it worked. And that's the same thing I have them lead out with. Just start talking and start making phone calls.
Yeah. It's like simple.
Yeah. But it's a scary thing. It's really, I mean, if I had to start calling everyone in my phone book right now, I would probably freak out and get scared too. But
Well, I remember when it was kind of the same for me when I first got into real estate from corporate. I mean, the one thing I had going for me is that I had a really solid network of people. They were like executives at my previous company. So I had a really solid network. And so I had a coach who had said, you just need to call everybody and just tell them you're in real estate. And so that's what I did. I started calling. I was like, hey, I don't know if you heard, but I left X company and I started in real estate, and that just started so many conversations. And then like the first deal I ever got came from me. I had business cards and I went to a Thanksgiving party. It was a family Thanksgiving party. And at the end, when we were all saying goodbye to each other, I was so scared. I was so scared to do it. I was like, oh God, uncomfortable. But I was like, just remember I'm in real estate, and like literally handed my card out to everybody. And the last people there, I was like, oh, I'm out of cards. That was kind of embarrassing. And they were the ones who actually wanted to buy a house. The ones who didn't get my card were the ones who wanted to buy a house. So that was my very first transaction, was from that.
That could have worked out well, because then you have to get that phone number in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then it's not like it. Go ahead.
I put everyone to work for me. Like for Thanksgiving, I don't even know if I have any business cards right now, but at the beginning I had a lot. Mm-hmm. But I would make candy bags and put my cards in them and handed them out to trick-or-treaters. And I mean, I was doing anything I could and making all of my kids do the same thing with me. So.
Right. Well, that's the way to do it. Let's talk about your production. How many deals have you closed in the last 12 months?
In the last 12 months, 24.
Okay.
But it's been kind of slow. But I took most of last year off. So kind of coming back in, but that's still really good. I'm not saying that's
no. So 24, if you took most of last year off, so 24 in the last, actually how many months then?
Yeah. So from August, almost a year now. So from August to August, but our market is so different here because our average sales price is $225. It's so affordable to live here. So you have to sell houses.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, but still 24 for an average agent. I mean, that's significantly higher than the average agent. That's 2 a month. And right now, I think the average is like 2 a year. I think that was like the latest average I saw. Now, don't ask me where I saw that. So don't everyone watching this, don't quote me on this, but that's actually a stat that I saw. It could have been like ChatGPT or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So you're definitely exceeding that expectation, and you're helping agents exceed that average. So that's awesome. So why do you like working with new agents?
I love it. That's my favorite thing I think about EXP, is the mentor program. And I jumped in as soon as I got to EXP, just jumped in and started picking up new agents, because it's really fun. And I feel like I can teach them my way and teach them all the things that they really need to know. Like, you need to know that contract inside and out. And so I feel like I had a really good mentor, and I want everyone else to have all of that information that I got. So I like it.
Yeah. Does it like give you a special kind of like, I mean, I get as a mentor, as a certified mentor, not necessarily working with agents who have had a lot of production, but have you ever worked with an agent who like maybe is kind of new in the business? Like they took a little bit of a hiatus, haven't sold anything in a few years, but now they're coming back into the business. Have you ever worked with any like that?
Not directly as a mentor, but through the agency. And it's actually someone that wasn't even with EXP.
Okay.
But we had a little relationship for 30 days while we were doing a house, and she ended up coming over to EXP because it was our first one back in 3 years. So a lot changed in that 3 years.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you notice a difference, like when you're working with someone who might have like been in the business for a while, took a little break and come back? Do you notice a difference with them versus like a brand new agent? Like any difference in anything?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of the same, because you got to get rid of all of the old things that I had to force her to forget everything, like just
Yeah.
because it's all changed, and it changed very quickly. I feel like even from when I first got licensed, I think this is actually year 9 or 10, but even from when I first got licensed to now, it's all just completely changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
The industry is constantly changing.
yeah.
What are like some things that you hear agents like when you say is there new forget everything you've ever learned, everything you've ever heard? What are some of the things that they're hearing or that you're trying to make them forget? Like when they, like, I guess that's not the right question. What are some of the things that if you're telling them forget everything you've ever heard?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that they've heard before that are like misunderstandings about our industry?
I'm trying to put a good one on. You don't have to do everything, like your business cards are important, but there are ways to, so like when I don't want to give someone my card, I want to get their phone number so I have it forever. Just like little things like that.
Got it.
That you can create a contact forever, and I can save them forever. Like technology has changed a lot, that there are easier ways to do it than here's my card, and that card's probably going to end up in the floor of their car or washed in the washing machine, So
Right.
Be mindful of every single thing that you're doing.
Yeah. Probably end up on the floor, except for the one person who didn't get my card. They're the ones who actually need it. But it probably created a sense of scarcity for them. They were like, how come I didn't get a card? And so they ended up actually getting a hold of me through my husband because they knew my husband. So they had his number and they're like, would Linnea like to help us buy a house? And my husband's like, hey, I just got a call from so-and-so and they said that they're buying a house and they want you to help them. And I was like, oh, my first client ever. It was amazing. It was amazing. That's really funny. What do you think are some of the biggest mistakes that new agents make?
Not knowing the contract inside and out. That is like, I think the biggest, I have an agent that, has been an agent for a long time, but sometimes they just don't remember because they haven't, and that our contracts change a lot, and they may not notice little things, but there's big things in every single contract. So not knowing the contract good, not staying in contact with people, because that is the biggest thing. If there's 3 weeks, 2 weeks that, people are in underwriting, inspections are over, and there's that lull, it is not a good time to just let them hang out because they are still freaking out. No one's calling them. They have no idea what's going on. So just staying in constant contact, making sure that I contact people multiple times a week. Just, hey, how are you doing? Or whatever. It makes them feel special and it makes them feel like they're still in the loop,
Yeah.
So know your contract, stay connected with your people, and just be blatantly honest about everything. I see a lot of agents that kind of just wiggle around things instead of just laying it out there. Like, This is what it is. We got to fix it or we can't, but just tell the truth.
Yeah, it's like goes back to ethics, right? It's just like the ethical thing. Just like, I was having a conversation with someone today who was trying to ask how they should say something. And we went back and forth for, 15 minutes on like different, like how to say something. And finally I was like, why? Like literally we just spent 15 minutes going back and forth when really all you had to do was say what you said in the first place. Because your question to me was very different than the question to the client or whoever else was on the other end. I can't remember this exact situation, but it was like we spent 15 minutes when, you could just say what you need to say. Like, or ask what you need to ask, just ask the question, be direct, and stop trying to skirt around an issue. Yeah. For sure. I think people sometimes forget, like we are authorized to practice law in a sense, or we are practicing law in a real estate contract. So, and when you practice law, you don't want to lie or not give enough detail.
Right.
Or give too much detail. I don't know.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. I think one of my first brokerages I ever had, they actually would have a weekly series that was like, you are practicing law. And it would remind us like, okay.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Right. So there you go. Add that to your
Lawyer, yeah,
add that to your scripts. You're practicing law now, right?
right.
Because they are. Okay. So what's your favorite story of any agent you've ever helped?
Of any agent.
Yeah. Like your the favorite success story.
Oh, I've got a good one. Okay, so we were going back and forth. He had a listing, and it was Ross. It was just recently, and he was so afraid to tell the sellers these things because they were his grandparents. He was like, I can't tell my grandpa that. I'm like, you tell him that those cabinets need to come down. All of the kitty cats in the kitchen need to come off. Just go tell him it's going to be okay. Tell him that they're not going to get this for their price. And he was so uncomfortable doing it. I was like, just go in there and act like they're not your grandparents. And he did it. They immediately just said okay. They didn't question it or anything. They said okay and got it all done. And he then made an offer on this house they wanted. And the agent was so not nice to him because she knew that he was a brand new agent. Because he said, this is my first deal. All right.
There's another industry mistake, right? Yeah.
Don't say you're new.
Don't do
I'm
that.
like, so for whatever reason, she didn't take the contract and it was still on the market like 3 weeks later. And I was like, go back to her, send her another contract and don't say anything. Just give it like $5,000 lower. And that's what he did. And he ended up getting that contract, $5,000 lower, sold grandparents' house. And now he has all the courage in the world. It was pretty sweet.
Why do you like that so much?
It was like he blossomed. He was so insecure, and within his first 2 months he got god, what's the word I'm looking for? He just was powerful in his own and got that confidence that he needed. So
Yeah.
it was really good.
I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. I love it when you start to see that success. That's kind of how it is. Like when I'm, because mostly I'm coaching right now, right? So because that's kind of like my biggest passion. That's I would say the same thing that I love is when someone has this like complete utter lack of confidence, and I like to tell people I'm like, look, confidence is a skill. You learn it, right? It's a skill set. It's not something you just wake up and you're confident. Like think about, I mean, you have kids, so you remember the first time your kids tried to take their first step, right? They took a step and fell over, right?
Right.
You had to instill the confidence in them, but you do it because you teach them the competency,
Right.
right? So confidence, like the formula is competence plus consistency equals competence, right? So like that's kind of the same sort of success stories I like to see is when someone that I'm working with has, that mindset of like, I'm so busy. I have so much business. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to scale out of it, but I don't want to be here anymore. Right. And then like being able to shift that mindset from like, look, like just like you did in your example, here's just one thing I want you to do. Just take this first step. You're going to take the first step and then there's going to be a second step. And I will tell you the second step to take too, but I just need you to take that first step because it's like once they do, they blossom.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Then
I know. Then it's like, go, be free, fly away. So where do you find, your like inspiration? Because sometimes I know if you're working with someone, as a person who also works with agents and business owners, like sometimes when people aren't making the progress that that they can make, it can feel like draining. So where do you find your inspiration when that happens?
I always have my end goal, my daughters and my children. I want to be an example for everything. And my life has been a giant roller coaster of hardships and ups and downs and all of the things. And I have to stay positive and I have to keep going and I have to keep pushing. And then because they see everything and they are in the car with me, usually when I'm working and they've grown up in the back seat, real estating around. And so I want to be that example for them. So those little humans that I'm raising just inspire me all the time to just keep at it and keep doing everything, all the things.
If you're ready to bring clarity and structure to your real estate business, make sure to grab a spot on my calendar. In this 15-minute call, we are going to help you create focus and momentum. Book a spot at the link in the comments.
I love it. And I also love that you just turned real estate into a verb.
Yeah.
They're in the back seat while I'm real estating around.
Real estating around. Yeah.
So one thing I remember, I was on a call with you one time when you were talking to a new mentee, and you had said, well, I just want you to get in the car with me, and sometimes I might throw you in the back of the trunk, and then we'll just go from there. That was funny.
It's like, get in here and learn, like I've got 2 of my daughter's friends graduated last spring, and one just finished and another one is almost finished with real estate school, and they bypassed college because they want to come work with me, and that's because they've all been in the car with me riding around instead of sitting at home, since they were like in 4th grade. They graduated high school and want to be in the industry now. So
I love it. That's a sign of a leader, right? Like the leader, you're supposed to make someone want the job that you have. Right. I think that's a really good sign of a leader right there. When you're like, whatever age, you're inspiring them to be these people that they want to be, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I actually had a really good question that came up when you said that just now, and it totally went out of my brain. What was the question?
About the girls graduating?
Yep. Girls graduated they were graduating high school. Oh, okay. Thank you. So with all this, like the mentoring new ages, whatnot, have you ever considered building, or are you considering building a team?
Yes, I am. So I got my broker's license 3 years ago, and I had a big plan, but I haven't done it. So I'm just trying to build the courage to make myself do something, because that has always been the end goal, right?
Okay.
And now I think 4 people. One just finished and got his official license number yesterday, and then there's 3 others that are in real estate school now. So hopefully I can figure out how to move in that direction very soon, and take my own advice about having courage to do things soon.
Well,
yeah.
Isn't that the thing, is we always have to take our own advice, but also, I can actually help you with that piece, because that's what I do. I actually have like 3 of our clients right now who are in the exact same spot. So I can help you with that. So we can have another conversation about that. But like building your team it's skill set, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the courage to make the decision, and then you have to have the competency. You have to learn the competency of what is building a team, writing the right job descriptions, making sure you get all the SOPs and all the processes in place, aligning people with their strengths. And then, I could totally see you having this like big powerhouse team that's like on TV.
Yeah. It just sounds so scary. And I wouldn't even, like, I talk about it and then I'm like, I don't even know where to start. I'm just going to go sell a house by myself and I'll think about it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is great. That is a great idea.
Yeah. That's a normal, what I like to call a top 1% block. Yeah. It's a normal 1% block. Because, people who have the 1% mindset, the high performance mindset it's ultimately like, I know I want to do this, but I know I can also do it by myself right now. And so it's like the whole taking that first, like, okay, like there's so many different ways you could go about it. So many things that you could put into place that by, just sitting down sometimes and like, just being like, okay, here's my vision. Let's put a step-by-step plan in place. I can totally help you with that if that's what you want.
All right, let's do that.
I'll do that for you since you're doing this for me. So there we go.
Let's line this out.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's cool. So what do you think is the best compliment a one of your mentees has ever given you?
The best compliment I ever got was that they felt comfortable to be themselves around me.
I love that.
Yeah. She was like, when I saw your picture and when I saw you on social media, I thought you were going to be just this different person, but it's so easy to just be myself around you. And I was like, well, thank you. I try to be, authentic and humble and all of those things, but what people think of you just from, I guess, outside is different. So that was a nice compliment.
Yeah. I mean, that shows that you're a real human being.
Yeah. Other than like, your hair looks great. I love those compliments too. Like, thank you.
But I know what you mean. It's the like compliment about you as a human versus flattery. Because your hair looks great. Yeah, I'm not saying it's fake because your hair does look great. But like, there's more. That's kind of more of a flattering compliment than like I can be myself around you.
And I think that's like, as you mature, like compliments that would have made me happy in my 20s and 30s are definitely not what they are in my 40s. So I appreciate all of those when it's personality directed.
I love that. So I'm curious, like the agents that you're seeing come into the business, are they coming from, besides the girls we just spoke about who are skipping college, are they coming from like completely different career fields? Like what sort of career fields do you see coming into real estate?
One is retired.
Okay.
And still wants to,
make
live
an
his life
income.
and work. Mm-hmm. And the other one is like technical jobs.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then another one was a union employee, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. So kind of all walks of life coming in.
Yeah, interesting. I see a lot of, so I'm trying to see what I've seen from newer. I see a lot of people from the restaurant industry. I've seen a lot of people from, I come from a corporate background. I don't see a lot of people coming from a corporate background, which is actually interesting to me. Right. But that's where I come from. And then I think I talked to an agent the other day who comes from like 25 years in insurance sales.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, you'll do just fine in real estate.
Yeah. That'll work.
Yeah. You'll be just fine. I have a newer agent up here that I'm working with, and she kind of the same. She's like, can I bring my baby to the open house? And I'm like, well, if the seller doesn't mind and you don't mind, I mean, have you done that before? Have you brought your kids like to open houses and stuff like that?
Babies though, they were old enough to be put in a corner with an iPad, or cool. They just in the car, know. Yeah. Usually I would say most clients don't really know they're in the car. Like if we're out showing or whatever, they're just, and then sometimes at the end of the day, they're like, there's been a person in there the whole time. Like, surprise, there's Penny.
That's funny. Yeah. Surprise. Does your Chihuahua ever go with you?
Oh yeah. Chimichanga goes. She has a little car seat. Yeah, she goes. She is my sidekick.
Your Chihuahua's name is Chimichanga? Chimichanga,
yeah.
How old is she?
We call her Chi-Chi for short.
I love that her name is Chimichanga.
Yeah, and she's 3 pounds and she's 3 years old, 2 years old, but she just hit 5 pounds. And I think she's at her max. So yeah. She's very petite, very toy. She's a very toy Chihuahua. Very toy Chihuahua. And she's very kind of aggressive. Like people are terrified of her. So.
Well, they do say, I have heard that Chihuahuas are one of the more, they bite more than any other dog.
Yeah. Yeah. She attacks my children. It's really just if you wake her up or if you get close to me.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, they're very territorial dogs too. Yeah. Super territorial. They usually have like one person. Like my dog has like us, my husband and me. It just depends on who's her favorite for the moment. But usually I've heard that Chihuahuas are very like, you're my person and that's it. Yeah. Love it. Okay. So I have a couple of funny, like kind of curious. Your parents, how would they describe what you do?
So I think my mom thinks I just talk on the phone all day long. She gets so annoyed with me. She thinks I just live on social media and talk on the phone. And that's it. That's like, I make a lot of money to just chat and act busy. She gets really annoyed. Sometimes it's quite funny. I'm like, I can't, I gotta go. I've got a client. Always have a client. But,
You're like, I do. I'm not lying. My dad the other day, he's like, are you making any money, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I always think that's funny. Like, what would your parents actually say? about what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. My dad, when he died last August, but he was so proud. Every time I shared something, he would like share. I mean, he was my business page on Facebook. You know how you have your number one fan? My dad was my number one fan.
I love it.
I know, it was like he always, and I would give him that badge. I'm like, thanks, Dad, you know, because he just thought it was the greatest thing ever. That, you know,
yeah, he's probably so proud of you.
Yeah, like he had never met a real estate agent before, but yeah. So
Well,
Mom thinks I play all day, and Dad, you know, likes to share those posts.
Well, there you go. There you go. I love that. I love that. Okay, so do you read?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am a reader, and I'm always looking for book recommendations. So what are the top 5 books that changed your life?
The first book is Quit Like a Woman.
Oh.
Yeah. So I stopped. I got sober 9 years ago.
Okay.
Stopped drinking. But this book is really, it's not like a 12-step book. It's this woman shares her experience and the culture and what society has around alcohol, right? Like you can't do anything without alcohol being there. And so it's kind of like her story about how she reframed her life, because it changes everything when you stop drinking. Like I cannot tell you the last party I got invited to, and that is a real thing. Went from being like very social to just people think that you can't be in the house because you don't drink, you know, but sober is becoming a thing now. So that's.
Yeah, it definitely is becoming more, I hate to say it, trendy.
It is trendy. It's a sober movement.
It's very interesting because I'm very much the same. I stopped kind of like hanging out, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll have a drink every now and then, but like nothing like I used to. And as soon as I started kind of moving in that direction, I stopped getting invites to social clubs. I like my friends are always like posting pictures about hanging out and doing all these things, and I'm never invited. So I totally get the feeling. Yeah.
Like, God, thanks, guys. My favorite book ever is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, because I just think everybody should read that book over and over again.
Okay.
Which I'm sure everybody has, but just.
I've never heard of it.
What? Judy Blume? Oh my God, Linnea. Okay. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume. It is, I think the first time I read it, I was like in 6th grade. And it is that it's a great story about you're not a woman, you're not really a child anymore, and you know, figuring out that pathway there. I think it's probably the best book ever written. Yeah.
Love it. Is that a fiction? It's a story. Thank you. You're like the only one who's ever given me fiction. I love fiction. I love nonfiction, but I love fiction just as much. So cool. Love it.
So that oh gosh, what was The Untethered Soul? That's a really good one.
I have that one actually in my pile.
Yeah. And then what's the other one? Like Man's Search for Meaning. Oh my gosh, I'm going to remember in a second. He was a Holocaust survivor and a psychiatrist, and it is a perfect book without having like all of the woo-woo of, you know, spirituality, about like persevering and overcoming and making the best out of the situation that you have. I mean, he was in a concentration camp, but still like had this incredible life with positive outlook and all of these things. That's really good. So, and then, you know, I had these all written down and then I forgot. Oh, The Four Agreements.
I love that book.
That's the best book. So I think Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And then The Four Agreements, like everybody should read them.
Yeah. I just reread The Four Agreements probably for the 4th or 5th time. And it hit me so much differently this time. Like every time it hits me, but this time I was like, wow, I just needed this, like all these things that I'm agreeing to without even realizing that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Right. It's just like, it just hit me. I'm actually reading this really good one right now. It's actually taken me a while to read because I'm on this, you know, in 2023, I read 103 books. So I just like went through them, read a ton. My goal was to read 100 books that year. I wanted to prove that I could do it. And I did. So now I'm reading, I'll probably read about 60 books this year.
Yeah.
But, so I'm reading them a little bit slower, and I'm actually taking time and like journaling after I read a few pages. And this one's called A Happy Pocket Full of Money.
Oh.
And, it's all about like mindset and manifestation.
Oh, I love that.
all about mindset and manifestation. And I think like it's just kind of it's allowing me to like see things differently.
Yeah.
It's allowing me to look at the way I think about things differently, allowing me to look at some of the words that I say differently, my thought patterns. Yeah, it's really a good book. So it's kind of woo woo for people who aren't into this kind of thing. But if you are, it's a strongly, I really like it. It's really good.
I like woo woo.
Yeah, I do too. I like woo woo. I like spiritual thinking, all that stuff.
I'm trying to get better about my mother ingrained in my head that manifesting or doing any of that was like bad, right? Religion bad.
Yeah, like so it's blasphemous.
Yes, I can't manifest. And so I'm a big podcaster too. I love and the Manifestation Babe. And so she did an episode about, it's not bad and all of these things. So I've been doing better about it. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to the bad place for trying to manifest my life.
Right. And like that comes with a lot of like if you have like a religious upbringing, and I mean, I definitely have a very religious upbringing. And so for me, I totally can appreciate that side of it. It's like, okay, it's not a bad thing. Like I was actually told growing up that, I have a destiny and I can't change it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We must have had the same.
Yeah. There's actually a song, I'm not going to sing it right now, but there's a song that basically said, I have a destiny that I know I will fulfill. I can't change it. And I'm just like, maybe you do have a destiny, but also like, maybe you can change it. Like that, it's not black and white. It's not concrete. So I get that totally. Yeah. Okay. Well, if for anyone who's watching this, if anyone were to want to ask you any questions, would that be okay? And how could they reach you?
Yes, absolutely. You can call me, you can text me, you can find me on all the things.
Shawnna with 2 N's, by the way.
With 2 N's, like Donna Summers, but Shawnna Summers.
There you
Donna
go.
Yeah, you can call me. I love chatting. I love answering questions. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and people looking to buy or sell in Tulsa, Oklahoma could also call you?
Absolutely. You can call me. I've got a good game plan down for first-time buyers in Tulsa are kind of my jam. I've got a lot of first-time buyers in the last couple of years that have literally bought a house with $500. It's been like a game to see how many first-time buyer grants I can get and all of these things, like who's getting money back at the table. And it happened like 4 times last year. So they got money back at closing, which is amazing.
I think you just really like to solve problems for people.
Yeah,
I think you're just like a massive problem solver. Like, we should probably, when we do this whole help you build a team thing, we should probably dig into your personality profile a little bit, because there's got to be something there. Because like, if you really liked, like if you have $500 and you want to buy a house, I'm going to help you figure that out. That's a lot of work, right? You have to have a really strong desire to do that. Especially, and also like really loving to take on and like embrace new real estate agents and help teach them the good habits. And also not just the good habits, but actually help them get the results that people want to get. I think it's like, you just have this innate nurturing sort of like, personality somewhere in there that we need to figure out. Yeah.
Got to figure out what it is.
Yep. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Shawnna. And everyone, reach out if you are looking for help, either to be a real estate agent in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or you want to buy or sell a home in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shawnna is your lady.
I would love it.
Shawnna's story proves that confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through repetition, consistency, and action. Whether you are closing deals, selling homes, mentoring new agents, or helping clients with $500 down buy their first home, Shawnna is proof that grit and heart will change the game. So I want to know, what's one step you are going to take this week to build your own confidence? Share it below, and don't forget to subscribe for more conversations like this. I'll see you on the next episode.